What's up?
We the Austin. Like I said,
We're the Austin.
Timely, thank Jesus.
And we're back.
Back like we never left it.
Back.
Today's topic is waiting with submitted power, right? Was it worth the wait? So we're gonna speak from where we're at right now, and hopefully I'll get more videos in the future. All right, so
more often.
all right. If you haven't watched the other videos on having submitted power, I will require you to go back to those to understand what we're talking about right now, because it's gonna seem kind of foreign. All right. All right. So I got we got seven points on was it worth the wait. All right, here we are. All right, boo. What was worth the wait? How was it worth the wait for you? Oh, you want me to go?
I'll let him go.
Okay, so my first point was I believe it was worth the wait because God had did better in His rerouting us. I believe I missed the timing of God, and I haven't submitted power. I missed the timing of God, but He rerouted us into something nice.
Oh yeah, you gotta cover that.
Okay, so in the beginning there was man. No, for real. Because I got word that our next move was supposed to be in a house, right? We have not yet finished that process. I believe because I missed the timing of God, because He was telling me about 3 years ago, that November before we ended up moving out to the Garcias. That November before that, He was already propping my wife. We get your mind ready to move, getting the game for it. It happened November, December, January, March, right? So I was missing the timing of God because I didn't really truly ask God, all right, are we supposed to be moving this year? Because she kept saying, babe, I think we're going to be moving this year. We need to be looking for a house. Well, I just took it as my wife just being my wife. Not that God was using her. So that's what caused the rerouting, is because I missed the timing of God. We still gonna get a house, it's just not the next because I missed the timing. Yeah, so where we at right now is worth the wait because the place we got is nice. It's nice. Yeah, I'm liking it. So my second point was my wife, comfortability. She's happy when we come in. Mm-hmm. Like it's a big smile on her face. She come in here, she be free, throw on some music, play with the girls. She don't mind cooking, coming back to the space, even driving in the park, not the parking lot, but the garage out there. She really enjoyed it. It's good to see her like that and comfortable enough where she ain't flipping out because of things, being cramped, too many people, rodents, and anything like that. She's comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm not saying a whole lot yet because it's still a touchy subject. As he stated, the word that we had gotten, many words we got, were pertaining to a house. So my hope and my faith were put into believing God for a house. Again, the place that we have, that God has graced us and opened a door for us to be at. We have a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath. We still got the 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's just not a house. Mm-hmm. It's a condo, but like I said, we got the garage. It's very spacious. It's very clean. It's just still a touchy subject because, we both want what God really have for us. So just being in a place where you have to fine-tune your ears and, be obedient even when it's challenging man's logic and, the systems that we, that are in place. Yes. systems that are in place for housing or whatever the case may be. You know, but yeah, like you said, like I am very grateful. It's not like I'm ungrateful. You know, we have a nice place to come back to, and we in our own space again, which has been a blessing. And being able to invite people over again, you know, and fellowship, have nice little gatherings. That's been nice. So I'm definitely grateful, very grateful.
Cause that what she's saying ties into my third point, is that we got a lot what we asked for. We did ask for a 3-bed, 2-bath. We got that. We asked for a dope kitchen, with some spacing. We got that. We got a patio. That's dope. Garage. Got that. And the rooms are not cramped. Like the girls' rooms, the boys' rooms, and me and my wife's room. You know.
Yeah. It's very spacious.
And I'm just speaking that to existence. You know.
We
don't have boys yet.
Yeah, we don't have boys yet, but we already got the room.
All right, so it's nice, it's clean.
Yeah.
Whoever had this place, they did really good with the renovations. And it's dope. It's a dope spot. It's a really dope spot. Of course, we're gonna do a lot more to it as we continue to develop and make it our own a little bit more. Those future pictures and stuff coming out later. So that was my third point. My fourth point is my children can have their own space. Hallelujah, thank you. That was great. Because if you watch the other video, we was at the Garcias. Great host, y'all. Great host. But it was 4 people in one room.
And we was all one little family in one room. Well, us, of course. They were in that room, but no privacy, no adult time.
Right, because it was really the adult time.
It's just different when you go from having your own space and your kids in bed. You can just be free. Yeah.
All the marital rights.
It was find new ways.
But it's great for them because they can play non-stop. I can sleep longer. They can be in their room doing their thing. Yeah. They don't have to wake us up every time they wake up. That's been awesome. The times that I am here, like on the weekends, not like I have my vacation with them, because I'm usually at work in the beginning of the morning. But that's been really, really great to have, like, that they have their own space to be them. Girls, they have fun. There's still some areas that they can learn and grow in, but they are them. My fifth point.
Fifth reason.
My fifth reason why it's worth the wait. I'm sorry, my fifth one. My fifth reason why it was worth the wait. It's because there's no more birth control.
This guy. Can't even say the eyebrows.
Because there's some. I want to be spontaneous with my wife. Hallelujah, thank Jesus. And bless us and be blessed. And there's no more. And I can do that freely. Hallelujah. Without the girls all in my face. I have to worry about their precious ears. Or getting caught, them catching us at a young age. That's great to have our privacy. Yeah, there's no more birth control. Offense to the Garcias, we was limited on that action. Because had to work around they system, had to work around their process, had to work around their family time. So that was difficult in the beginning, or when we was with them. But now we here. Oh, glory be to the Most High. I praise Him. All right, my sixth reason.
It was worth the wait in comparison to the other apartments.
Hallelujah, thank Jesus.
Yes. I'm gonna speak for her.
Tell that you, baby. Tell you.
Yes, because you know, I would say baby was kind of anxious, you know, in the beginning when we had to transition, which I understand because we weren't planning on being at their place even that long. Although to some people that's not that long.
Yeah, 6 months is a long
But
time.
6 months feel like a long time when you're used to having your own family structure system and, you know, your own space and stuff. So there were a lot of places that my husband wanted to go see.
Yeah, and they look good on the pictures, y'all. They did. They do look good on pictures.
But some in me was just like, no. And
And a lot of them was too big, too bad, too.
Yes, most of them were 2-bedroom, 2-bath, which did not make sense to me because why come from a 2-bedroom, 2-bath and go to another 2-bedroom, 2-bath when we need more space now, you know? And you're gonna need more space if you want more children, you know? So it just didn't make sense to me, and I felt like it was a waste of time. So I was very stubborn in that area. Like, you can go look. I'm not gonna look. I'm not even gonna search for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. My mind was already made up. It's gonna be between a 3 and 5 bedroom place. Nothing less. Nothing less. So, in comparison to like when I finally got to the place where I'm like, all right, baby, I don't agree with you going to, you know, choosing to get a 2-bedroom place, but I'm at the place where I know what I'm believing God for, and I know that whatever it is that He's going to do, it will be either way it goes. So now I'm at a place where I can go look at them with you, but just know I'm not in agreement with getting a 2-bedroom. That's what I was saying. Like, I'll go with you, you know, and you know, it was maybe 2, maybe 3 of all the ones we went to see that were decent. Like we could make work.
Yeah.
You know?
Work with them was she said.
I call it work with them. That would work with them. But they still weren't the place, you know? I just knew they still weren't the place. Especially when you believe in God for a house. It's like, why are we even looking at apartments and stuff if He's gonna give us a house, you know? So
but then, you know, my pockets, I'm very logical, y'all. Like, I knew what I can afford easy. So I was going for that. But a lot of them was bust. They was busted up. They was like, they look nice. Then when you go see them, they look trash.
Or either they cost more than what they were worth.
Or they was dirty.
Or you couldn't even go look at it at all because it was trashy.
Yeah.
Like, one of them was like, we couldn't even go in the door. Like, that's how bad it was.
The folks had forks in the carpet. The ceiling fan was in the floor.
But they had it for rent. Online. They didn't show the pictures, which, you know, red flag. If you're looking for an apartment or home and they ain't got no pictures, you need to hear the Lord on that one.
Tragic.
Yeah.
So a lot of them, in comparison to where we at right now,
yes,
it wasn't as good. It was, and we also got pushed out. I won't say pushed out. We got rerouted too. With the townhouse, that my wife said looked really, really nice. But we didn't really get a chance to go see that because how the guy was acting, and that was more on me because I was alright and just gave up on it. I could have just believed God like I did for this place, and we would have had it. But I'm not complaining. Like it feels really good. The AC worked, the washer and dryer worked. Both bathrooms work, you know what I'm saying? Kitchen is nice, and a lot of people blessed us being in this space, like to make it our own, you know. So yeah, so in comparison to a lot of other apartments, this one was on the top, like round one.
It was the top apartment. Period.
Like round one, so it was like 3. Maybe 4 that we could have been in.
Yeah, it made work.
Right, but this one took.
This one was like literally.
She was so happy. She was like, "Oh my God!"
I couldn't contain my joy.
I'm like,
yep. As soon as I step in,
I don't know.
I'm telling you, I always have a knowing. Usually, 9 times out of 10, I have a knowing when we go to see a place if it's ours or not, or even with our truck, if it was ours, like I had a knowing, like yes, this is our truck. But yeah, when I first stepped in the door, I didn't even see nothing else. I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. I was like, okay, calm down. So you can actually see the place.
So this,
but it's really nice.
So this one square footage wise is bigger by another probably 100, 200 square feet. It was like
probably more, yeah. Definitely.
So it was like the other one was like 1,000. So this is between 212 or 1,300.
Mm-hmm.
So we got more square footage. But the other one where we was at was nice too. That's the one that my wife didn't know that was ours. That's the one that I picked.
He picked that one.
But it was really, really nice too.
Yeah. It was workable. It was good. No, for space, we definitely had good space for a 2-bedroom. Yeah, like look, we made that home, baby. Yeah. I'm not saying that. I wasn't saying that in a shady way.
Uh-huh.
I did not have a knowing at first with that. I think that's the only one I didn't have a knowing with of all the places that we've had. But it was like okay. I was kind of down there because I'm like, baby is a survivor. He will, as long as you can sleep, and you got something to cook.
Because I know how to fix stuff up too, so I won't be tripping on a lot of stuff. You know,
I'm
finna make it mine if it's like,
shoot.
If I have to survive, I'm finna make it mine.
You might get hanging drawers.
But the wife was like, nah, she want new everything.
Yep, new appliances. Yep, give me some
new and clean kitchen, clean bathroom.
Yes, don't give me no messy stuff. Yeah. But God is God. He know what you love.
Yeah.
Like, and he don't do you nothing like that. So it just, was a matter of our faith rising and us standing on what we wanted. Coming to agreement, talking about what we wanted. That's what he had us to do. Talk about what you wanted, and then coming to agreement, and then like, all right, Lord, this is what we agree upon.
Because I believe it was more my faith than her faith. My faith had to rise. I remember talking to my leader. He invited me over, and I was like, Apostle, it's like I got a question about this faith thing. He's like, you just gotta do it. I'm like, my logic. He said a lot of us be like that. A lot of men be like that, very logical folks. And I do know, he said he do know about the pay and all that and how we think. He said, but if you're gonna work the gift of faith, you just gotta do it. So I was like, all right. So this is how we end up in here. This is past my pay rate, but the Lord is doing what He gonna do. And like He gotta fit this bill.
He has been sustaining.
I really can't.
This is nothing new, as y'all know. Like everywhere we go, it's like, Lord, you really doing something. You knew I couldn't pay for this, but you opened this door of all doors.
All doors.
It's like,
so, but yeah. So my 7 reason was worth the wait. Up until this point, spiritually, was it worth the wait?
Oh, that's like a point. That's actually.
I was like, yeah, it was worth the wait spiritually. Because there was a lot of stuff that we could have got in, and I prayed, and then the Lord was like, no, not that. No, not this. No, not that. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of them was in my pay range. They was like in my pay range. They did have some spacing close to where we lived. But a lot of them wasn't 3-bed, 2-bath. Mm-hmm. It was like 2-bed, 2-bath. Mm-hmm. And he kept saying no. Mm-hmm. And I remember him also saying, because he said, I gotta expand you, so you need another room, so you need at least a 3-bed. But I was like, Lord, I can't afford what they doing with the rates right now. It's like you told me to be a good steward. I'm trying to be that, But spiritually, having to wait, even being with the Garcias and learning with them, developing, helping us mature in some areas that we didn't know we need maturity in. That was pretty good too. So spiritually, it was worth the wait. Even though that I missed the timing, He still realigned us where we can get something that's comfortable that we really enjoy. And we've been here for like 3 months. Yeah. Sorry for the late video.
Yeah.
And then my next question, or my closing, not my next question, my closing statement to my wife. What did you learn in the wedding?
I learned a lot. And I'm gonna answer this one because I didn't answer the spiritually. Was it worth the wait? Okay. I would say yes, and this goes into the next question because in the beginning of us having to move out of our place and with the words and the dreams, all these things that were pertaining to the house, I feel like if we had, or I should say, if my husband had decided to not wait and go ahead and rent somewhere like another 2-bedroom, because, that's where he was at the moment, I feel like a lot could have shifted spiritually for me because there was a lot of back and forth. There was one minute like, okay, yes, go after this. Then the next minute, we should rent. Oh, the next month, it was just a lot of back and forth in the first 2 months of us like transitioning.
Confusion was screaming real loud. I was trying to get the answer, y'all, but
and it was so crazy.
That was tough.
It was crazy, and trying to be submissive and listening, trying to follow. I should say, trying to follow, but also not, give in, I should say, to the noise and all the doubt that was surrounding, even from people who think they had the answer. They were genuinely wanting to help and they thought they had the answer and that wasn't the answer. And I know that's not what God was saying. It kind of, put you in a place where you had to really fight for your faith and choose to still believe that God is God no matter what era man may be in or whatever.
Like a husband
at the time, yeah. And not just him, but like I said, you have other people that are trying to guide or give insight, but you're not hearing for us right now in this particular area. So again, trying to fight for keeping to the faith because God is God. God is real. He speaks. And choosing not to be upset at God for the chaos that's seemingly going on, or all the chaos. So yes, it was better for him to wait in the midst of confusion until he got clarity on what to do in the rerouting part. So yeah, that helped a lot. Now, what I learned a whole lot. And kind of like you said, I feel like certain things I wouldn't have learned as soon if we weren't put in that position. And again, for those who hadn't watched the previous videos, us leaving our last condo had nothing to do with us. It was the owner died who was over our condo, and someone came and bought it. And they pushed us out. They gave us 2-month notice and we had to be out, period. They didn't give any other option. So, that was like a random, situation, random. But, you're doing everything, you're following God, So it wasn't like we were doing something out of order or, out here trying to create our own path, but we're following God, So one thing that I learned in the midst of it was to not allow what seemed to be taken from us, not look at it as God, doing that. Even if that makes sense. Like it wasn't God taking it from us. Man got in the way with their pride or whatever, because they wanted to do what they wanted to do.
I believe it was a sign of the enemy because I had a dream before that. So I believe that they used them to do that.
So, not seeing it as God doing that. Man be doing stuff. Well, man be yielded to the enemy too. So 2, I learned being with the Garcias, I learned how to communicate even in frustration to people that are close to me. Because, again, had not been in that place in so long, like where I, when I lived with my family, my siblings, it was easy to just walk off or just,
not address stuff.
Yeah, like, or if you address it, it's coming off hot. Like it ain't no, how do I say this right? You know, it wasn't none of that. So, but of course, with people you love and you learn with how to be Christ-like, you have to learn how to communicate even when things are not going well. It don't mean that you're less of a friend or, you know, like, oh, we got to end the friendship now. You know, it's not like that. I actually got to learn, okay, you know, how to say things the, you know, proper way. Also, that it's okay, or it's, what's the word? I don't know if it's okay or it is considered normal, or it can be normal to have genuine friendship.
Yeah.
Or like genuine family, like people that are really for you. Because, you know, at times, you know, when I were like wanted to just isolate and just stay in the room, I got to a point where I just wanted to stay in the room because I didn't feel like talking, you know, because I was just so focused on growing. I was so focused on what God was doing, so focused on keeping my faith where it was at, that I really didn't want to, I got to a point I really didn't want to do a lot of talking. I really didn't want to waste time. I wanted to, like, all right, what assignment am I supposed to be doing? All right, knock it out, you know. Like, I got focused. So, but he was showing me, like, it's okay. Oh, in me saying that I was thinking that because I had my moments where I wanted to be to myself or whatever, that that my friends would not want to be associated with me, I guess, you know, because I probably wasn't considered, or being a good friend. I don't know, you know, this what I had in mind of what a good friend's supposed to be, I guess. I don't know. So God basically showed me, and they was like, no, like, we understand, like, you know, you communicate and it's good. So it's like, I thought they'll be tired of me by now or something, you know, like I'm in their space, you know what I mean? Like,
I thought that a lot too.
So, you know, but to like talk about it,
cool.
You know, have our moments where we sit down and I just let them know, like, this is how I feel, or this is how I feel about this. Mm-hmm. And they just be like, oh, well, you know, I didn't even know, you know. Right. But cool. Like, no, y'all good. Like,
cool as ice.
And it's just like, what? Like, I thought y'all was going to be like, yeah, I'm ready for y'all to leave. Like, you know, that's what I was expecting. So,
but nah, that blew mine at the water too. Because my mind was similar to my wife. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all ready for us to get out there. I was like, no, we actually appreciate y'all being here. But we were like,
yeah.
You know, y'all believe that?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, y'all just saying it. Y'all being nice.
Yeah, you just because you're my friend. You just saying it. But nah, they was
genuine.
Very genuine. Very, very genuine.
Yeah, so I did learn that, that it's okay to have, or that it can happen. You can have real genuine family, real genuine friend who are really for you and not see you as a burden or see you as like in the way, if that makes sense, or not valuable, you know. I learned a lot in character building, love, being patient, being kind, you know, all of those characteristics in 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8, which is my favorite. You know, you don't know by now. Yeah, so I got to learn God's love, like how to walk in his love. Also learned like how to push past in another level, like of praise and prayer and intercession, you know, even in that time, spending more time with God, like, you know, not seeing it as, oh, because I'm in this place that, you know, I'm on a crutch, or, you know, I got an excuse where, oh, I'll have a private space where I can go, you know, do what I was doing in my own home, but being able to carry on, and not even just carry on, but go even further, you know, deeper in my relationship with God, where, you know, I still feel like I'm a new person almost every day. I feel like, oh my God, like I am really like new, like it's crazy. But that's how much transformation God has been doing, even like from that time period. As you see, I got locks now. Like I done had a whole new transformation going on over here. Started my locks in the midst of that time. 3 months in now, but I learned a lot. I learned a whole lot.
And I had to continue to try to still hear, even when I wasn't hearing as clear as I was. Like, I know when God speaks a lot of times. Okay. No, that's fine. I just politely go back with you.
Yeah.
No, so there was times when uh, there was times there was times when I didn't hear his voice is clear, and that was frustrating because I'm used to hearing him. You know what I'm talking about? Especially as a man of God, I try him every day on the matter of my life, direction. Spiritually, are we in line still? Um, and continue to praise him, even in the midst of it. Continue to still show up and work ministry with our leaders. You know what I'm saying? Apostle and Prophetess Burnside. We still be in the midst and armor bearer correctly, and still be in the midst and still have a smile on my face and be with the people and to be genuine, not a fake one or a facade. Still praising them, and I was praising them every day, every day, every day, talking about God still every day. Although the frustration was there, because I couldn't hear him, it's clear. Um, still being able to do that, still being able to do that and not be in a space where I feel like I'm not gonna make it, and still be vulnerable. I had to shed some tears, y'all, like, because no man want that, and knowing that I used to, being at that space where you like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I still had to cry. Cry that they saw me vulnerable 6 times in that process. And that's not something that I'm, I show a lot, that part. I was still trying to make it happen. So even in all that, I still had to learn to continue to be with the Lord, even in the midst. And there's nothing I did wrong outside of missing his timing. But outside of that, I was still doing all I know how to do to walk this thing out, being in Christ, So I learned that, and I also learned that to continue to keep my love fresh for my wife by watching the Garcias. I admire their union. Their romance is nice. My boy Lou, King Lou, check him out there. I'm saying, on YouTube, Spotify and all that other good stuff. Even him, seeing how he is toward his wife is admirable. It's like I get a lot of inspiration from him, and because I get to the point where I get like tunnel vision, and I'll just try to make it happen, work, do what I need to do, and it's good to have those reminders to be like, still show love to your family, show love to your wife, treat her nice, show love to your daughter, your oldest daughter, treat her nice, your youngest daughter, treat her nice, So that was very inspirational too. Being in that space. Yeah, and I still had to be submissive in another king's home. That was alright, I ain't too fond of it for real. But I did what I know to do. For the time frame, and I believe God graced us or graced them to handle us in that critical moment. And I also had to forgive. I forgive myself because I was like, something happened. Where was I off it? But the truth of the matter is, I missed it in November. You know what I'm saying? And I missed it from then all the way until March of that upcoming year when we left, or had to move out of Pioneer in Las Vegas. So like that whole process, I had to be okay with forgiving myself and try, put your best foot forward. Still believe God. And God got us out. God got us out on a lot of stuff, in spite of me being in the way, because I believe very strongly I was in the way from this particular move. Not saying that God won't come around and do what he do best. I was just in the way from it. Just like Moses was in that particular period when he moved too fast. So I just had to bite that bullet, Yeah, so it could be a faith thing too, and God be like, you trust the man too much, and I could prolong that, because a lot of things wasn't happening in that time frame. I couldn't drive, couldn't go see places as fast. Transmission went out. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a lot of different things that was happening surrounding that whole process of us exiting out of Pioneer. So I learned a lot being there, being with them folks. And so I'm very grateful to be back in my own.
Yeah, I just thought about it. So we got a car since we were.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we wouldn't, and that's the crazy thing, like being obedient and following God as much as we knew how. In turn, we got blessed with to get a truck, a new truck, actually, an SUV. In the process, because we started, of course, if they knew about the other truck we had got, and we had testimony on there how we got that one, but we ended up being able to get this truck, and we wouldn't have been able to get it if we went to go rent somewhere first, and then we would have been stranded with no truck actually, because that one started acting crazy. Like it was like almost every few days we were taking it back to the shop. So, even in that, it was good that we waited on God's timing, and it was perfect timing when we, were able to get the truck that we have now, not having any money to put on it, or, by trading the other one. So it all worked out, and as you say, all things work together for the good, for those who are for those who love God and are called according to His purpose. So all things, even though it was crazy how stuff had happened, out of nowhere seemingly, it all still worked out for our good, and
Well,
yeah.
So at this point right now, it still worth the wait.
Yeah.
Having submitted power, working it out with God, it's worth it. It's still worth it. So that's it on this video. Thank y'all for tuning in on the Austins. Shalom, shalom. Catch our other stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? We got books. We got books coming. We got books with Amazon. Faith and Hardship by my wife and I, and Wife and Me by my wife, Tamika Austin. Check out those books. Also, we have other videos. Check out my 16-part series on my Encounters with Christ. We also got testimonies on our. Check out our testimonies. They're pretty inspirational. Help you keep your faith. Love y'all. Shalom. God bless you. God bless your marriage. God bless your home. God bless your singleness. God bless your finances. And God bless you. Amen.